everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show. Welcome to The Kim Jacobs Show. How are you, Anita Brown?
Oh, I am amazing. I'm doing amazing. And thank you, Miss Kim Jacobs, for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here today. And guess what? I think that our prayers backstage work because you crystal clear over there. You looking good. Yes. Looking good. Listen, I am so glad to have all of you here today on The Kim Jacobs Show. And today we're talking with Anita Brown. Her story is nothing short of amazing. We're talking about a woman that has gone from like size 26 to size 12 and now going towards a size 10. This woman has a story to tell. And just in a snippet, Anita, let everybody know what they can expect to hear during this hour. Mackenzie, you popped on the screen, so I'm going to put you backstage. Go ahead. Tell everybody what they can expect to hear.
Just expect to know that your life is about to be transformed, because you too can go from a size 26 to a size 12. It's all about transformation, mind, body, soul, and your spirit.
Look at God. Look at God. This woman is going to share with us her journey. She's a mom, and she's going to be talking to us about how to raise as a single mom, how to raise African-American sons. It's a lot that's going to happen throughout this hour. And yesterday, I recently had a guest on that talked about how she had found out that she had lupus. Well, guess what? I didn't even know that there was a correlation here, but this young lady also was diagnosed with lupus many years ago. So you're going to hear that piece of her story as well. So I am so honored to have with us today Anita Brown. And just to formally introduce her, she's 32-year registered nurse, entrepreneur, lupus thriver, as a single mom with a size 26 to size 12 transformational story to empower, educate, inspire, and create impact for women around the world. Welcome, Anita Brown.
Thank you so very much. It's truly an honor to be here. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to have an impactful conversation.
Yes, yes. All right. So everybody grab your virtual seats. Make sure you share this broadcast and invite people in so that we can. I see you, Vanita, and glad to have you on today. Make sure you all share the broadcast and let people know that we are going to have a great conversation. Where do we want to start? Because it's so many different moving pieces to your puzzle. And you all that are watching the show, you know, it's all about how people balance their lives, what they've had to overcome to become who they are even today through life's circumstances, life's obstacles and issues and roadblocks. And yet you're here today, Anita, to share your story.
Absolutely. I'm here still standing. And it is, it's only by God's divine order that on yesterday, the young lady was there who had lupus. I was diagnosed with systemic lupus. So this is where that size 26 came from. So we can intertwine it. Right. That size 26 came from at one point in time back in 1989. So you're talking almost 33 years ago.
I was 1989.
Yes, I was a senior. I was going into my senior year in college of nursing school, where I got my bachelor's of science in nursing. And I just started having these, here I am 20 years old, just feeling like I'm 80, just, started getting the rash, the little butterfly rash, and just achy joints, just not knowing, feeling tired. And I'm like, I love to dance and have a good time. Right. Why am I feeling tired? Well, long story short, just went to the doctor and it says, listen, enough is enough. And I was diagnosed with systemic lupus erythematosus, which is the
Mm.
roughest because I was attacked. It attacked my kidneys, my heart, and my lungs.
Mm.
It was a double punch. It was a triple threat.
Wow.
Yes, yes, ma'am. So it wasn't no joke, but I was determined because I have a heart of compassion and I wanted to be a nurse. So that lets you know I served as a registered nurse my entire career, quote unquote, with this
With
diagnosis.
lupus.
Because I
That,
don't
that
claim
speaks
it.
volumes.
It's not my lupus. I don't claim it.
Right.
I just really use, I see now that God, He allowed it, He used it, and it just gave me my determination. But unfortunately, with that, prednisone, this is a wonderful drug to help you to move. But I went up to a size, and I'm condensing a whole lot, almost 300 pounds.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And
So no matter how helpful the drug is, if it's going to make you gain that much weight, it's like,
mhm,
okay, this
yeah.
is a whole lot.
And then over time, being on it every day, and over time, it eventually eroded my right hip. I actually had a total right hip replacement.
Hmm.
Uh, I'll never forget. It was the year Obama was elected. so, so you're talking 12 years. So I have a total right hip replacement. I've gone
Hmm.
through multiple challenges, but I tell you, I'm still standing. I'm still here. And I've just learned, it wasn't just until recently, when I say recently, about maybe 5 years ago, where I just said, listen, at one time being on 18 different medications for lupus, I am
Right.
happy to report right now. I just take one, and that's soon going to be gone because
Get out of here. That's a major, that's huge. That is huge.
alternative, but it's huge because it started with a decision. I had to make up in my mind, it's got to be a better way. So
Yes.
I do have I call it the 5-star health strategy, and we can talk about that as well.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that. So 5-star, let me make notes so we do not 5-star health strategy as a result of you experiencing lupus and being diagnosed in 1989, you ended up gaining a whole lot of weight to the point where you were over 300 pounds and you had to kind of take control of your own life. And
Yes.
so transformation had to become something that you
Yeah.
embrace personally.
Uh-huh.
And lupus, when I was looking up, I looked up some of the statistics, and Cassandra, one of our team members, Cassandra Davis, thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing these statistics from the Lupus Foundation, says that it's an estimated 1.5 million Americans and at least 5 million people worldwide that actually have some form of lupus. And it mainly strikes women in their childbearing age. However, some men, children, and teenagers do actually get it. But 90% of the people that live with lupus are women. And they're
Mhm.
usually between the ages of 15 to 44. And how old were you when you were diagnosed?
Yeah, I was 20. Yeah, I was
20
20.
years old. So you fell
Mhm.
right within that range.
Yeah.
Never even knew that you were walking around with this
Mhm.
disease. Didn't know that it even existed
Yeah.
in your life. Didn't
No.
have a family history of it or anything.
No, to be honest, no, I didn't have a family history at the time. We didn't know anything about
Wow.
it. And guess what? I did all this while being a single mom.
Get out of here. Okay, wow. So you had to really pull resources to help
Yes.
you raise your child, given that you were having this
Yes.
situation now that came upon you, circumstances that were unbeknownst to you, right?
Yes.
So you
Yes.
said you have, what was it called? Systemic.
Systemic. Yeah,
So
that's what,
systemic, there are
mhm.
4 different types of lupus, everyone. One is systemic, which accounts for approximately 70% of all of the cases, and that impacts such as the heart, lungs, kidneys, or brain will be affected if you have that particular type. And then there's cutaneous,
Mhm.
drug-induced, and neonatal lupus. So 4 different types of lupus. And everything that we're getting here from this statistics is from the lupus.org, from the Lupus Foundation. And so we'll put that in the comments section for you as well. I know I've been very well educated now after hearing my guest that was just
Yes.
recently on. She
Yes.
started a sorority. called the Lupus is Gamma Pi Rho Lupus Sorority Incorporated. I hope I'm saying it right. So I'm going to connect you with them. You're not a part of that sorority?
No, I am not. No, I am not.
Oh my
No, I am
God.
not. No, to be honest with you, I never heard of it until yesterday because I was on the show and I did watch it. I went supported my sister that I didn't even know. So yes,
Oh my gosh. Okay. So you all definitely, I'm going to connect you. And I wish I got to figure out doing a commercial break or something, how to even tag her. Because that would be amazing for you all to connect so that y'all can
yes,
hear each other's stories. But anyway, everybody, y'all are in for a treat here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you for your transparency already, Anita. And I want to talk a lot more after this commercial break about how you kind of had to pull some people into your world where normally people are like, stay back, I
yeah,
got this. You
yeah.
had to do something different because you had lupus. So when we come back after this commercial break, I would love to hear more of your story. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned. Wow.
I'm attorney Charles Everidge. I started out representing insurance companies until my father was seriously injured at work. 4 of his fingers were amputated. Our family went through a lot, so I know what you're going through as an injured worker. If you've been hurt on the job, call me now. I'll fight to get the workers' comp benefits you may deserve. I'll fight for you like family. Put my experience to work for you. Call 704-457-5000, the first call for injured workers.
All right, everyone, we're back and we're talking with nurse Anita Brown, and she's doing absolutely an incredible job of just sharing her transparency of how she's transformed from wearing a size 26 to wearing a size 12 and actually going towards a 10 and all of that. So, but let's talk right now for a moment. You were raising your child after being diagnosed in 1989 with lupus, and then you have a child as a single mother.
Yeah,
So now what? Who's going to help you through this journey called life? Talk to us.
absolutely. Well, as you well know, it takes a village to raise a child, and I pulled in my mom, my dad, and it's amazing because my very friends and family, friends who knew about it, they were my village. I had, and I'm gonna give a shout out to, and her name is Kim too. I tell you, y'all some wonderful Kims. But I tell you, I have a sister named Kim and her husband Roy. They were married and they had children, and I wanted my son to be around them so they'll see what it looks like for a mother and how a family unit. I had his barber. Shout out to Reverend Greg. You
Go
know,
ahead, Reverend Gray and Kim
that was
and all those in her network.
I'm telling you, and then of course at that time I belonged to New Birth with Bishop Eddie Long, the late Bishop Eddie Long. But I'm telling you that my New Birth, my church family, so again,
Shout out New Birth.
shout out. And it really did impact and just being intentional. And on top of that, going through all that, listen, I had time to be in a relationship. So I focused my attention on raising my son. So didn't want him to be with the drama in and out. I wasn't having that.
So you had people that undergirded you and your son, and you were able to help raise him in a way that the lupus diagnosis did not impact the quality of his life.
Exactly. And he actually ended up being at times he was my primary caregiver as he got older. And so it's the stress, but guess what? On top of that, we stayed focused with him. He ended up being class salutatorian. He's a Georgia Tech graduate, and I am so proud. He's now a husband and a father. So I'm a nana now.
Wait, tell me, is this your son right here?
Yes, that is my son, Anthony. That's my daughter in love, Alexis. That's my first grandson, Aiden, and that's the second one, Ashton. I tell you, this is my heart right here. He is my number one cheerleader. He's my champ. I'm telling you.
Awesome. So now tell me one more time. I was like saying, oh, right over when you were saying his wife's name. So tell me again their names.
and that Alexis, and that I call her my daughter in love. Ain't no law here, in love. I love her because she's blessed me to, be
Aw.
this Nana. So I am.
Oh, my cheeks are burning because first of all, the lupus diagnosis, even though you didn't know you had it, you clearly had it, didn't
Mhm.
prevent you from being able to have this beautiful son. And God
Yes.
allowed him to be able to
Yeah,
become the husband of Alexis and these beautiful children. And so I
yeah,
have a picture here of you.
yeah, yeah. So you see, that's my son. So again, you see those fat cheeks. Yeah, I was about 270 at that point.
You
Yeah.
look
So
good no matter what size you are, just so you know. You look gorgeous right there. And
oh,
doesn't
thank
matter.
you. As you see, I love big glasses, so that didn't change.
That's funny. And the thing is, guess what? I don't even need glasses. So if you all see me out in the public anywhere, I
Yeah.
never have on glasses because I don't like need glasses, right?
Oh
But the
man.
the thing is, when I'm on this computer and this platform and I'm hosting the show, I
Yeah.
have to officially be able to read your comments because I'm like, hey, audience participation, share your thoughts. And I'm like, I
Right.
can put these glasses on so I can see what in
So
the
you
world y'all talking about. So I said, well, they at least got to be some cute ones, right?
that's right. They got to be cute. That's right. That's right.
Oh man. Okay. And I see here some other pictures I have backstage. Tell us who this is.
Yeah. Now this is 5 generations here. Now again, so I'm showing you my transformation. That was actually in 2020, so just over 2 years ago. So you see, weight loss and obesity is a struggle. That's me
Wow.
there in the black, my son Anthony, and that is my grandmother. Shout out! I am honoring my family today, and that is my mom on the end there, and that little guy, that's Aiden.
Good looking family. Good looking family.
So
Listen,
that's
all of y'all out here that are a part of Anita Brown's family, make sure y'all share the broadcast and tag your family and friends. Say, hey, y'all, Ray, and all the boys in front of 7-Eleven, come on, Aunt Anita's in on the show. Y'all make sure y'all
yeah,
get people
yeah,
in here to tune in and learn more about Anita Brown and her journey as she has transformed her life. And I see here another picture of you and
yeah.
your
And,
son.
and I got my dad there, and I want to share something with it. And this is something that I
Mm.
hadn't shared with anybody as part of my story. Um, yeah,
I'll
that
pull
last
him
picture
up.
is my dad.
Yes, I'm gonna pull it up now. Actually, I had it hidden because I was gonna save it for last. I wasn't sure if
Yeah, but
last at the end of the show or
while we
last
on
now.
the
But last
flow,
right now. Here we go.
okay, shout out to my dad, Art Brown. I'm going to share something with you that I hadn't shared with anybody because he just told me. This year, my dad shared something with me that I never knew, and I need for people to hear this. Back in 1989, when I was diagnosed, my dad said, Dr. Alan Gottlieb here in Atlanta, Georgia, Emory Hospital, Crawford Long
Mm.
at the time, called him into his office and told him, Mr. Brown, there's a few things I'd like to tell you about your daughter being diagnosed with systemic lupus. One is that she will never have children. And two, she will not live past 40 years old.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let that sink for a moment. Because one thing I am determined, and I thank God my father never told me that. Because words are powerful. He told the doctor, he said, you ain't God. You can't determine, oh, my daughter gonna have children and she gonna live long. So ladies and gentlemen, I just say to you, especially parents, it's so important the words that you speak. It's even in Proverbs, death and life is in the power of your tongue.
Mm.
So you have what you say. I am so glad my father never shared that with me. But guess what? Now it's a part of my testimony. And guess what? This past September 1st, a woman never really tells her age, but this is to God's glory. On this September 1st, I turned 54 years young. So about you speak life, live life. So
That
this
is
is
awesome.
just to the glory of God. This
To
is
God be the
To
glory.
God be the glory.
Mm,
So
for the great things he has done. Anita Brown sitting here 54 years old, young, 54 years young, and defying the odds of not being able to live past a certain number of years and not being able to have children since she so-called, had lupus. Clearly,
yeah,
she does have a child and she's able to have 5 generations because
yeah,
of that child and so many other blessings. But thank God
yeah,
for this man, her daddy,
yeah.
who did
Shout out
not
there.
reveal to her what the doctors at that time shared or diagnosed or
Mhm.
prognosed or whatever you want to call it in
Yes,
her life. Now, keep in mind, physicians, I believe, are a gift from God as well.
yes.
And so by no means are we saying, oh, if they're a physician, then they're not being shared by God. I believe all of us have gifts and we
Mhm.
have talents that God has blessed us with that he wants us to use to salt this earth. Okay. So that's
Absolutely.
their gift to society to use the trainings that they have. So I am grateful though when we have a daddy like this one that says, you know what, get thee behind me. I ain't saying that to my baby girl because we're not gonna proclaim any kind of doom or gloom over her life or
Mhm.
her destiny. So Anita, what
Yes.
was that moment? And we're gonna hear this after the commercial break, so I can give you some time to think about this. When was
Okay.
the moment that was the true defining moment that enough is enough? I
Mhm.
have to take control and start steering my own destiny with my
Mm.
weight loss journey. So, we're going to come right back after this commercial break and we're going to hear that answer. And I see all of your comments too. Before you go to commercial break, Mackenzie, let me just pop some of these, or can you pop some of the comments up? Mackenzie's multitasking today backstage. She's like a working woman, so she has a lot of different hats she's wearing. But I'm very grateful that you're still here working with us. Benita says, "Good morning, Kim and Anita." Hey, Benita. Okay, who else? Pachina said, "Amen to this story." Yes, what an amazing story. Benita says, "Glad to have you all in your comments popping in. Good show. All right, all right. Thank you." Somebody else had a comment. Much love. I see you, Dennis. Glad to have you. And he hashtag something. Okay. Go ahead. I would like to get that information. You're going to get a lot of information here today for sure. Who else? This is awesome. Sabrina says, "Thank you so much for inviting me." Miss Anita, thank you. And
Absolutely.
make sure, Sabrina, you probably run in similar circles. So make sure you tag some of your friends and then share the broadcast with your followers so they can also be a part of today's discussion. All right. So I see all of your comments and so glad. Yes, look at God. God is so good.
Mhm.
And today we're talking with Anita Brown, nurse Anita Brown, who has done nothing short of miraculous in defying the odds, being able to have a child when she was diagnosed with lupus. And she wasn't told, but her dad was told that she was not going to be able to have a child, but yes, she has one. And not only a child, she's a nana. And she lived beyond the years that she was expected to live, which was supposed to be at the age of 40 based on the diagnosis.
Mhm.
And she's going to tell us when that changing, defining moment was for her when we return right after this commercial break. We'll be right back. I love it, Anita.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everett, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
All right, everyone, we are back and we are talking with Anita Brown. Tell us when that defining moment was for you, when things changed. You said enough is enough.
Yeah. When I said enough was really almost 20 years ago when I got started getting into network marketing as far as health and wellness. So I started seeking, and again, I am a registered professional nurse for over 33 years, and I do know the importance of medications, and that medical industry is great. But again, I will say that there are alternatives because God created our bodies to heal itself. So I started delving into different type of alternative solutions where I can help to give my body the right nourishments. And it was like, listen, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. When you get to that moment and get to that point in life, things happen, but it starts with a decision. because I tell you, when you have lupus and issues like that, depression, I mean, you are fighting. Really, autoimmune disease is your body fighting itself.
That's
It's
right.
bad enough we got things in the world that we're fighting against, but my battle every day was with me. With me, and then gonna attempt raising a son, an African American son, with all the different disparities that are out there. Won't go into that, but I'm just. It was just that moment in time that I said, "Listen, enough is enough. I'm tired of being broke." Because when you're sick, you lose time at work. You know, thank God I even applied for disability. They kept saying I wasn't sick enough.
They're like, no, you good.
When they turned me down, said, "Oh no, you can work," and I knew I was barely walking. I said, "Oh no, enough is enough. I'm not relying on the government to. No. God, you are my source. What do we do?" And that's where it starts, where your source is. And
That's good. Very, very good. So just coming to the realization that you were going to be kind of like the designated driver behind the wheel, and you had to make some drastic life changes in order for it to really happen for you.
absolutely.
So, okay, I'm loving this. So can you give us some of the tips on, you say you have a 5-star
Yep.
health strategy. So
Yep.
talk to us about what that strategy consists of. And I see you, Anita Walker. Glad to have you on today in the studio audience. And I see you, a fellow lupus sister, Fashina said. So you're
Okay.
another fellow lupus sister here.
Okay.
You all should all be a part of that sorority, Gamma Pi Rho Lupus Sorority Incorporated. Tell them that Kim Jacobs sent you over there and that you watched them on the show, please.
Absolutely. The very first thing is intermittent fasting. Fasting is
Intermittent fasting.
intermittent fasting. So, God, ladies and gentlemen, it's not really what you eat and what you put in your mouth. It is important, but it's also the times that you do and the times that you abstain. So, for example, my first meal would be between 11 and 1. My last meal would be between 5 and 7. So I did like 16 hours fasting, 8 hours eating. So in other words, give the body time for rest, restoration, repair, recovery. And this really, the benefit is going to increase your metabolism. It's just going to make your immune system much more stronger. The second one is alternative supplements, as we talked about different things like ginger, blessed thistle, calamine, turmeric.
You say, I want to make sure I put intermittent fasting as number one.
Fasting.
And I want to
intermittent fasting. I'll just system intermittent fasting, alternative supplements like organic. The third is movement. Be intentional. Our bodies were created to move, exercise, dance.
I didn't get what number 2 was because I want to put it again.
Alternative supplements. So you
okay. Alternative supplements. Okay.
Number 3 is movement. Number 4 is hydration. And number 5, which really is the first, I entitled it prayer / meditation / affirmation.
Okay. Number 4 is hydration.
Hydration. Our bodies need water. And
yes.
It's very important what the quality of water. We won't go into detail, but unless you have any health challenges, you should actually be drinking 1/2 your body weight in ounces.
I got a lot of water to drink. Let me start.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. And then, I tell people, get your water bottle and put your name on it. So
I love that. Hold
put
on
your name on it. Yeah.
That's so cute.
I'm just
nobody put their name that cute. How you have it?
This was a gift, shout out. See, one thing about it. Anybody who's a part of my village and they do things, shout out to this was a wedding favor that I got.
That is beautiful. That is really nice.
Yeah. So I tell you, one other thing is movement. We're talking about exercise. It's not just exercise. Now, be intentional. So my goal is to 10,000 steps a day. Fitbit, that's your tool. You need a Fitbit. All right, I'm not getting any endorsement. There you go. and
Yeah, I
track it.
can tell you how many steps I already walked. I got a lot more to walk, but I'm doing good.
Yeah, me too. It's early. Got a lot to do. So be intentional. Not only that, if you love to dance, dance. If you love
Oh,
to,
you would love Anita Walker then, because she dances on her Facebook channel all the time. She just cuts it
yes,
on, and she did this one right here. She said all of this is true. She's right on target, but she gets in the kitchen and she's in her sweatsuit
yeah.
and she's dancing. She's just like got them hips moving. I'm like, go
You got me going. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, your chores. So when you're doing vacuuming, just extend it a little more, stretch, get that body moving, because when you get that body moving, you get the blood pumping. And I tell you, it does the body good. Prayer, meditation, definitely start out the day. During I call it where it says pray without ceasing. So I begin my day with prayer.
Me
During
too.
the day, I'm praying. At the night, I'm praying. At night, I'm praying as well. So
That's so good.
that's it.
Well,
That's
I'm going to put these back up again. Number 1 is intermittent fasting. Number
Yes.
2, alternative supplements. Number 3, movement. Get that body moving. Number
Yes.
4, hydration. And if she really force ranked it, prayer, which is
Yes.
the beginning of all of the things that she does in the beginning of the day.
Exactly.
These are all tips. I hope you all have gotten these tips that you can apply to your 5-star health strategy. Make sure you do this. I also want to share a tip with you that I actually put on my YouTube channel in case you haven't looked at it. It's literally one tip. I'm going to just put some tips out there as
Yes.
the balance doctor. So one of the tips that I want to share with you is that we all have the same 24 hours in a day. All of us, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I put this on the video saying, how is it? I'm actually in the same outfit because I did it this morning, but I'm like, how in the world can some people get so much done while other people seem to struggle and we just don't get it all done, right? It's
Yes.
because people are intentional and putting a list, a force ranked list. And the reason I'm saying it is because of all of the tips that you're having right here. These
Mhm.
are must do's
Yes.
that are on Anita Brown's list. Every day you need to have your must do things that have to get accomplished. In order for those things to get accomplished, you're going to have to force rank them and then say, okay, when am I most energetic? When can I
Yes.
really get this stuff done? Because I can't get something done too late at night because I have to wake up at 5 something in the morning. So that's not my best working hours. It's late
Right.
at night. It's not my best working hours first thing in the morning because I do not look like this. I'm trying my best to hurry up and throw some on. I got my blouse all disheveled. I'm trying to get the child to the school. So you have to know when is your best peak time to get something accomplished in your day. Then some things are still not going to get accomplished. So you're going to have to push them over to the
Yeah.
next day. And even the next day may not be as much of a priority on that day. So
Yeah.
some things just get pushed down, right, Anita? They just
Yes.
get pushed down.
Absolutely.
So I
Yes.
was saying all of that to say that
Good.
I have all of these tips that are listed in this book, Extreme Balance Makeover. And I want you all, if you don't have a copy of it already, go get your copy right on kimjacobshow.com. Order your copy, or you can get it on Amazon as well. But it's all of the tips that I was doing as when I was the NBC expert on NBC. I was the balance doctor there. And
Yes.
these tips are different segments that I did when I was being a guest on their show weekly. And so make sure you get these tips. There's some really good stuff in here that can help you as you're balancing different aspects of your life. So anyway,
Wow.
I wanted y'all to know that because I think that is important to share, that we have to be able to must do, prioritize,
Yes.
and then say, what can I really do? What can I not do? And I'm not going to get it all done. So just make it work with what needs to be done and let that be your area of focus. And that 24 hours will work much better for you.
Wow.
All right. So Anita, tell us, what other tips do you have for us? Because we talked about some lupus. We talked about you going from 26 to 12. We didn't talk enough about that yet.
Yeah.
How did that happen? You said network marketing, but what does that? I don't get with that.
Yeah. Well, what I did, I found companies that had different products that can assist me into moving better. Like when I was sharing those different ginger and turmeric. So there's one particular company that right now I was just sharing. It's called they kind of got like a 15-day challenge. So you do detox tea, where you're flushing your system, NRG, where you give yourself more energy, and liquid nutrition, some vitamins. So you take your daily vitamins. And I love it because they have it like in a lot of times people look at life and they say, oh, this big weight loss goal. No, break it down in chunks. Do it as a 15-day challenge, which I love. So we have a 15-day. So in other words, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
That's right.
So do it so when you do that and you just keep doing it and you just keep doing it. So what you do is whatever you've done the first 15 days, be successful. Now repeat it. Repeat it. So it's more effective. And I love coaching people as well. So I do that as well too.
I have that here. I have your coaching session.
Yeah. So definitely, I be with people one-on-one. We can do Zoom. The great opportunity about these companies that I'm connected with, they're global. So you can be anywhere in the world and participate. But right now I got a special going on that normally is $149, but for the Kim Jacobs show,
come on, y'all getting a special rate.
$97.
Anita Brown on here. Okay.
$97. So again, you meet with me one-on-one and we talk about it. We dialogue because guess what? Everybody is original. Everybody, you have to figure out what works best for you. Just like Ms. Jacobs was saying, these are must-dos. These are things, and you have to have balance. You can't be out of order because disease meaning dis-ease. Your body is it's not at ease. So let's get your body back into ease. But more importantly, I like to say, get your body back into balance. Rebalance. So when things happen in your body, you get in pain, more than likely it's inflammation. That's what the disease process, the foundation really for a lot of diseases is inflammation. Your body, you got too much, and inflammation causes pain.
Wow. So I love this.
It's so much.
But it is a lot. But it's if you go ahead and make sure that you book your one-on-one coaching session with Nurse Anita Brown, she can talk to you about her own journey as she's sharing here on the show today, being diagnosed with lupus over like 30 years ago, and then being told a lot of different things. But she took her own health in her own hands, went from the size of a 26 down to now 12. And she's doing a 60-minute one-on-one coaching session that will help you focus on your goals and the steps necessary to renew your determination and desires. And today her special is only $97. So I want to make sure that you take advantage of that. The information is there in the bit.ly link. And then I also see some fee enrollment is free life changers thing. I want to make sure you talk about that too.
Man, I tell you, these amazing products right now,
hold it up more. We can't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. These amazing the detox. This is the NutriBurst for your vitamins. A lot more energy.
And this is stuff, just so I get clarity, outside of you just promoting those things. These are things that you use yourself. Is that what's happening?
Yes. This is what I use personally to this is just a part of it. I'm not sharing everything, but right now these are part of the journey because it's more than one. You just gotta, just like how the enemy comes at you from the north, south, east, and west, you have to attack these things in your body, in your health. And just this particular company I'm partnered with, just so happen to be doing an awesome promotion for the month of October, where if you buy a product, it's 50% off. If you want to, where we say your health is your wealth, and you want to increase your income working from home, you can join right now, and they'll waive that. And guess what? Who loves getting paid daily? They actually so you sell a product today, sell a thing today, by 12 noon, it's in your account the same day. So I'm about solutions.
When people talk with you, Anita, they will be able to learn more about these network marketing opportunities that afford you some financial opportunities. But at the same time, you've also been able to witness in your own life the weight loss in your own body. which has then allowed you to
Absolutely.
be this spokesperson for some of these different products. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah,
Or
and absolutely, that is correct. And again, it's all about you're getting yourself a strategy to make you better, to make you be the best you that's on the inside. Because again, it's not the products, it really starts with you. It starts
right.
with you. It starts with you. So I don't want to get it twisted, but at the same time, we gotta live. Bills come. So let's take the stress off. So when you take the stress off, because a lot of times is financial stress, it causes that. So if we can do something that can be a double hit,
That's
where we're going
right.
to take care of your health and your wealth. Hello, somebody.
So in your health, a lot of times people say is your wealth. And in your
Yes,
case, you've literally combined the two to make
combined it.
income and to be able to have the outcome that
Absolutely.
you're having on your physical
Absolutely.
exterior. I
Yeah.
love it. And also tell people how they can stay connected with you on your Facebook page. And I know I have another page for you as well.
Yes. So Facebook.com, Anita Biz, that is my primary Facebook page. And the reason why I send people there is because encouragement is so important, that you stay around and hear, listening positive affirmations. So you can go to my page and be inspired and encouraged. Then my business one is Solutions by Anita. And again, the same way, just sharing tips, information, because it's so important that you eliminate the negativity and focus on positive. It's so important who you surround yourself with,
Yes.
positive people.
And you know what? I normally don't do this, but I'm going to on this episode because your stories are so similar, you and Autumn from
Mhm,
yesterday. So I
mhm,
want you all to also know how to stay connected with Autumn Austin from yesterday's episode, Colors of Lupus, Nevada. But they have a sorority
mhm.
that's literally called Gamma Pi Rho.
Yeah.
And her email, I want you to have this, Anita. That's why I'm putting
Yes.
this here. And
Yeah.
I think it was Fucina or someone else in the audience. Make sure you all screenshot this so you can stay connected and join that sorority. Please come back and tell me if y'all did end up
Yeah.
joining the sorority that's specifically for lupus. I think
Okay.
that is just a great sisterhood. I don't have lupus, but knowing that there is a sisterhood out
Yeah.
there for this disease is
Yeah.
amazing to me, and they seem
Yeah.
like they're so closely knit. So please, y'all coordinate your efforts, okay?
Absolutely.
This is
Absolutely.
even better when the Kim Jacobs show can connect one show guest with another
That's
show guest
right. That's
and have
right.
a love connection. So, all right.
Absolutely.
Also, y'all want to make sure you all know that we are now streaming on ctrmedianetwork.com, and you can check us out. We actually were one of the top 10 podcast hosts last month. And so I want to make sure I put that up and also acknowledge CTR Media Network. They have a brief clip to let you know more about their network. If you're ever interested in having your shows streamed there, here's how you can go about doing that, and let them know the Kim Jacobs Show referred you. Let's take this break. We'll
CTR
be right
Media
back.
Network was created for today's podcasters. We provide a safe haven for content creators that are everyday people doing extraordinary things. We have a system of positioning, monetization training, coaching, and support for our podcasters' success. CTR Media Network simply bridges that gap with a level playing field for your dreams to come true cost effectively. Our team provides a premium service and experience for our podcasters to grow. CTR Media Network provides access, support, resources, coaching, and community for our podcasters to win, if you put in the work. We believe that we are living in a unique time which requires you to share your message of hope with millions of people around the world. Remember that the world is never too saturated for you, your voice and message. A platform for positive impactful media where the content creators are in the driver's seat. Visit our website today by going to www.ctrmedianetwork.com.
All right, everyone, and we are back. We're talking with the nurse, Anita Brown. She has already taken us on a roller coaster ride today to show us that you can defy the odds when you've been diagnosed with something by medical physicians, but she's been able to literally kick that theory in the head, if that makes sense. And you also raised a son as a
Yes.
single mother, and I just wanted to get advice from you for other women out here raising sons, whether they're African American or not, but specifically because you are African American? How do
Yes.
you raise an African American son to be successful, from your own words?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much. The very first thing is an idle mind is the devil's playground. I kept my son busy. Growing up, I made sure he actually became a part of symphonic band. So with that, that taught him teamwork. It taught him leadership. It taught him being focused. I had him to learn how to play chess. Chess is not like checkers. Chess is methodical. It's critical thinking. You
That's
got to
right.
know 2-3 steps ahead of time.
That's
The other
good.
taught my son, or I didn't teach him, but I connected him how to play golf. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, great deals are made on the golf course. So
That's
you have to
good.
be intentional. And then guess what? When it was time as a single mom, I'm working in the summer. I had him being a part of enrichment. So I made sure he went to summer camps. He was going to the summer camps. He gonna laugh. You gonna laugh. He was going to the summer camps from like middle school to high school, right? I said,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, you're gonna be busy." It got to the point where by his last 2 years of summer camp, he became the teacher. So they ended up, I'm paying for a summer camp. He ended up becoming a teacher, a student teacher. And again, all of these were very methodical and strategic and intentional. It taught him he could earn money. It taught him, so again, these life lessons, and it's so important. It's not what you say, it's what you're doing. Your kids are
Right.
watching. You can say, hey, do this, do that. But if your actions, if mom and dad's actions are doing different, they're going to more than likely follow what you do versus.
That's the bottom line.
But most importantly, get them grounded, connected in Christ, in your faith, because that is the foundation and that is what's going to take them. He says, when they're old, yes.
I have to take this call because it's my children's doctor's office.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I want you to keep talking. Can you please hold 1 second? Because I can't let this call go to voicemail. Okay. I'm
Yes.
actually a show host. And
Well,
this
absolutely.
is a good teaching moment because I'm a talk show host. I'm talking to you, pediatric.
This is amazing because you know what?
I'm the balance
Teamwork
doctor and I'm on
makes
show.
the
So-
dream work. And when we do things and we're in collaboration together, that's exactly what we do. We jump in and we say, all right, tag, you're it. So I'm going to continue saying and sharing. It's important what you speak to your children. There's death and life is in the power of the tongue. Be intentional. One thing, I was a single mom. His father wasn't actively involved in his life, but what I used to say to him was, your dad loves you, but he just can't take care of you at this time. It's important what you tell your children. Don't talk negative about your child's dad to your child. Let them, that's what I did with my son. I let him, when he got older, to make that decision. And he found out some different things that were negative, opposite of what I said. But I told my child what he needed to hear. What would that do if I say bad things? It wouldn't be positive for him. So again, it's important what you say to your children, the words that you say, the actions, again, just try your best to shield them and safeguard them. And first of all, know who their friends are. He didn't stay the night a lot of time over a friend's house, or if he did, I knew the parents, I knew what they were doing, and I just knew where he was at all times. It was very important that you stay connected and don't let social media, don't let the internet raise your child. So be intentional. It's very, very important to be intentional. Another thing I definitely am a proponent for is education. So you want to expose them to different enrichment programs. I had my son in a program that was called Guaranteed 4.0. And I believe it's still in existence, but it was a very strategic program that really lets a child know that they can be the best that they can be. So again, these are so important things you know, of course, just it's all about a village. You can't do it by yourself.
I love it. I am. You know what? I guess I'm glad it worked out that way. That the call came in from the doctor's office at the time you were talking about your son. Because guess what? Can't we talk about our children all day long? I
We
know I
sure
can.
can. We sure. I was like, okay, this a good one. I got
Yeah,
it.
we can talk about this for
I
the
got
rest of
this.
the show. Thank you so much. But again, as I tell you all to balance life, it's times that I'm personally balancing life too. And
Yes.
it's intentional that if I've already, like in this case, I called the doctor's office at 7 something this morning. I'm
Yes.
getting the call back now. There's no way that I'm going to let that call go to
Exactly.
voicemail. I will end the whole broadcast before I let
Exactly.
that call go to voicemail.
Yeah. But
Given the
we got you.
situation.
We got you.
So you know how
We
it
got
works,
you.
right?
Yeah.
But I am so, and that's the way that I balance my life is I keep some things on that I just don't disconnect from intentionally because it pertains to
Yes.
my children's health. And then there are some times that I do disconnect fully and say, you know what? I'm here in this moment at this time. And it's very intentional when I'm doing that too. But sometimes it's a variety of things popping off that's the same at the same time. So you got to just be creative and still make it
Yes.
work, especially when you have Anita Brown, nurse Anita Brown, as a guest on your show that day. It works out perfectly. Mother Harper, I see you. Mother Julia Harper. Speaking of age and knowing that this woman is in her 80s, she is a heart transplant recipient,
Wow.
got a heart that's been beating in her chest for over 20 years. And it's a young man that she's an African American woman, but the young man was a Caucasian 16-year-old boy. And every year, her and the mother get together just so that the mom can hear her son's heartbeat
Wow.
in Mother Julia Harper's chest.
Wow.
Woo! Isn't that a story?
That is a story.
And they meet every year faithfully. So, Mother
Yes.
Harper, anytime I see you appear here on the Kim Jacobs show and type a comment, it just does my heart so glad. And I can't wait to have you be a guest on the Kim Jacobs show. So she
Yes.
says, great show. I have a relative who recently has been diagnosed with lupus. Thanks for the great information. Any tips that you would share with people? Also,
Yes.
I said Dr. Brown because you like teaching us some stuff. Doctors would teach us. Nurse Brown, that would help us be able to help people that are being
Yeah.
diagnosed with lupus.
Yeah.
What can you tell us to help other people
Yeah.
that we can really help them?
Definitely. What I will definitely say is, you know, as you can see, I don't look like what I've been through. So that could be misleading
That's
because
right.
people with we are fighting to be our best self. And it may look like we got things going on and you see us pushing, but you don't know the pain. Just to brush your hair, just to do your teeth, things we take for granted. So what I would really encourage, if you have family members, just check on them.
Okay.
Little things, just check on them, encourage them is very important. Anything you can do to assist, definitely foods, fruits, you know, make sure they're eating right because again, it's your body and you're drinking water, they're drinking water, hydrated, that they're going to their doctors, that they're taking their medications. Again, I am a 33-year going on registered professional nurse. So I'm not gonna tell you to stop taking your medicines. What I am gonna say to do is work with your healthcare professionals together. Let them know what supplements you're taking. They may not understand, but you educate them. You let them know what you're doing. If it works for you, which it was for me, that's how I was able to be weaned off of 17 different medications, is because I collaborated with my physician and I know my body. The person knows their body. Listen to your body. Your body saying is aching and it's in pain, whether you have lupus or not. That's your red light. That's the check engine light. You go do something about it. And again, I'm just honored. I'm just really honored to be here and to share my story. And I know there was one more thing I want to bless 54 people and give away some business accounts. So I think there was a link
Yes,
there.
I have an image for that too.
Yeah.
And
So
let me put that up here. I have that. I said I was going to save that for the last topic because I knew we
yeah,
go to
I'm
a
looking at the
different
time
topic.
and,
So
and
let's
I
see
know
here.
we're
I'm going to
getting
pop
to,
this up and you tell us about your offering here. Is this
yeah.
what you're talking about, the ecosystem?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, it's so important to keep yourself educated, be on top of technology and what you're doing. Cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is a great thing. But right now, I'm just want to bless 54. Since my birthday, I turned 54. I want to bless 54 individuals with free businesses. It is a global opportunity. If you just complete my Google form, see if you qualify.
Is that the Bitly form right here? I just want to
Yes,
make
that's
sure that
the
I'm
Bitly.
popping. Here
Yep,
it
that's
is
the
right
Bitly
here.
form.
Is that the Bitly form?
That's the form. Absolutely.
So you all screenshot this. Make sure you
Yes.
screenshot this image and that Bitly, in case, I don't know if you just copy and paste it from the comments on
Yeah.
whatever platform you're watching the Kim Jacobs show. But
Yeah.
if you're listening to the show on a podcast, then I need to kind of tell you it's
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
HTTPS / bit.ly / get my free business now. Again, HTTPS / bit.ly / get my free business now. And she's giving away 50 free global business opportunities for new projects with blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. All right.
Absolutely.
I think I did that right.
You did that absolutely.
I'm trying to give you
And
all
again, that's
every
what it's
offering.
about. You talk about balance. So again, it's about balance, having some multiple
Absolutely.
streams. Oh, you put that picture up there. Listen, guys, every bite you take is either fighting disease or feeding disease. This is powerful. I love this. I share this in my coaching session because listen, every time you put something in your mouth, is it fighting disease or is it feeding the disease? And you
Wow.
have control of that. So
You have control of that. And so today, I think that we've heard probably as much as I could think for us to hear in an hour. What do you think, Anita? Do you feel like you got it all out?
well, not all, but
Not
I
all,
tell
but
you, it definitely was enough to just to entice you. And my prayer is that you learn something, that it was impactful, because that is my goal, to have impactful conversations. And we can do that everywhere we go, in the grocery store. You know, I call myself a marketplace minister because everywhere I go, it's ministry. It's ministry. So don't take it for granted.
Somebody said they're unable to get in the form asking to sign in. The form is asking you to sign in.
Okay. Now, a lot of it, it's actually, the great thing is on a Google form. So if you have a Gmail, so you'll just sign into your Gmail. It'll take you right there. Yeah. Oh,
That's good.
thank
Make sure
you.
you have to have, I think, your Gmail account if it's a Google Dot type
Yeah.
form.
Oh, yeah. That's right. It's a
So
Google
that's
Doc.
what it is. If you don't have Gmail, then you probably
Yeah.
have to you can create any kind of Gmail account right quick and be able to
Exactly.
get that going. Also, I want to take a few seconds to encourage you to pour into the Kim Jacobs Show.
Yes.
This is a platform we're streaming live Monday through Friday. Like y'all, people are at work and taking your lunch breaks and different things to see the Kim Jacobs Show. The Kim Jacobs Show thrives from community contributions like yours. So take a moment today and pour into our broadcast so that we can continue to provide this level of programming to your household and bring balance with great guests, wonderful guests like Nurse Anita Brown and many others that have been here on the show. Actually, coming up next year, we're going to be kicking off a whole new season, and I will have been a host for 15 years.
Wow.
And so I am super duper excited to present some new things that my team and I are working on, ideas that have not yet been seen, that's going to be popping off in the new year as I celebrate being a host for 15 years. So please take a moment to allow this to continue to be what I do every day as I bring wonderful guests to your house, okay? And bring balance to the world one household at a time. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I do need to run one last commercial, and then I'm going to come back and get your closing thought. And we're going to go from there. Let me just run this commercial in particular. Is one that I wanted to run that's here. Get insured getinsured.solutions. Getinsured.solutions. And what this woman does is she helps you with funeral expenses to be able to keep an income in your home versus having to pour it all out into burial and funeral expenses. There's some great stuff that's offered through her program. Here she goes.
Nothing says I love you more than final expense insurance whole life protection with funeral advocacy nationwide, saving you and your family 30 to 80% off funerals and cremations. Nothing says I love you more than Get Insured Solutions, LLC. Getinsured.solutions, 704-499-3616.
All right, we're back. And Anita Brown, tell us your closing thought for today.
My closing thought for today is be intentional, live life on purpose, and be impactful. Thank you so much, Ms. Kim Jacobs, for this opportunity to bless your community and to be a blessing. I received a lot, and I definitely will be supporting, encouraging, and I want my book, so I'm going to have to order it there. Yeah.
All right. Listen, thank you all for tuning into today's episode. I'll see you again tomorrow. Stay backstage, Nurse Brown, and you all have a fantastic day. Stay connected with her. I'll put those up as we're closing out. Have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.